If Freud analyzed someone, he interested in his childhood and his unconscious feeling. First, he thought human mind consists of three parts: ID, ego, and superego. ID is concerned with unconscious drive and human instinct, and superego is concerned with his conscience and ideal. So ego mainly behave and control human thought and behavior by mediating ID and superego. By human growing, ego develops along psychosexual stages. That means people have libido at some parts of the body and they are changed by growing. But if, in psychosexual stage, respectively, their drive cannot be satisfied, human experience fixation at that stage. In this case, Carlos experienced many fixation at oral, anal, and phallic stage. So if ego experiences so many unconscious anxiety, in other words attack, ego make a defensive mechanism and ego use this mechanism unconsciously. First, summarize Carlos' case. He grew up in authoritarian atmosphere home and his father is brusque and not warm. Even he sometimes got drunk and beat Carlos, but his mother gave him special love. In his childhood, he do well in his school, and when become adult, he decided that he became a devoted and affectionate father. But time's gone on, Carlos lost gradually his ideals of love, loyalty, justice, and service, kindness, and so on. Now, he feels helpless and motiveless because he believes that effort toward personal development and health are futile. More analyzing his behavior and trait, he do lots of smoking and overeating. And he has trouble in controlling his outburst, so often he do physical aggression. And he has a perfectionistic, like on cleanliness, so he has strict standard in himself, so if someone do not keep his standard, he cannot be patient about that and do some aggressive behavior. This is also at his wife. If wife challenges his decision or any opinion, he becomes very defensive and feels that she is attacking his character. And then, let's analyze which defensive mechanism Carlos used. We can see in this paragraph when Carlos experienced unconscious anxiety. In this paragraph, roughly, he experienced three unconscious anxiety. First, in authoritarian atmosphere in home and father's violence, he might have unconscious anxiety to his ego. But in this case, he didn't use any defensive mechanism. Other can suggest that he used repression mechanism. But in his interview, he consciously think about his father's violence, so he decided that he would ever become like his father. So he doesn't use repression. But in second case, there's another unconscious anxiety. What is health problems? Doctor and his friends encouraged him not to smoke or do not such a not healthy things. But he unconsciously denied them. He just think it's okay. He just keep doing such things. Last case, he often faced anxiety that if there is a person who doesn't keep in Carlos' standard or who challenges his decision, he express his outburst of negative emotion and do aggressive behavior. So if something circumstance doesn't go along with his thought, then he gets rage. So this is regression, which operates in Carlos' case. He cannot deal this case appropriately, then just rage it. It's like a child who do not be permitted to buy some toys, then just cry. And lastly, let's analyze psychosexual stages and fixation in Carlos' case. Carlos experienced and fixation in three stages: oral, anal, and phallic. First, at oral stage, we can find fixation at his smoking and overeating. At his childhood, in authoritarian mood, he might get a little affection, so his drive at this stage might not be satisfied. So even though it is not good for his healthy, he kept doing it. And he also experienced fixation at anal stage. In strict family environment, we can guess that He had strict education about defecation, so he acquired his ordering, cleanliness, stingy, and stubborn. So he might have anal retentive personality, I guess. We can see these traits in Carlos' behavior. For example, Carlos has perfectionistic standard like cleanliness, so if someone do not keep it, he gets angry. Last, he experienced fixation at phallic stage. In phallic stage, boy experienced that Oedipus complex that he get a sexual drive to his mother, but he is afraid of his father because if he knows it, he would cut his penis. So he identifies himself to his father, so he solved conflict between him and his father. Likewise, Carlos also identifies himself to his father, so in some degree, Carlos learned his father's trait. Example is here. Carlos showed his brusque behavior to his wife, and I think it come from his father because of identification. And his aggressive behavior is also come from that. So Carlos' ego is developed by this psychosexual stage and use this defensive mechanism by Sigmund Freud. The best defensive mechanism is that do not use defensive mechanism because defensive mechanism operates by distorting reality, so avoid anxiety. So it is not healthy way. Ego must breach this course and then must not be dominated by ID or superego. By Freud, healthy personality is that these three minds interact with each other harmoniously. Thank you.